Hey everybody, once just a concept in science fiction, laser weapons are now becoming a critical part of modern defense systems. Designed to intercept drones, missiles, and even aircraft with unmatched precision, these advanced systems showcase incredible progress in directed energy technology. Join me because I'm counting down 15 of the most advanced laser weapons ever developed. Number 15. The ANSEQ-3 Laser Weapons System. The ANSEQ-3 laser weapons system developed by the US Navy is one of the first real-world laser weapons put to use. It may sound like something out of science fiction, but it's much more nuanced than the bright pulsing lasers seen in movies. It uses infrared light to hit targets with precision, whether it's a drone, a small boat, or other asymmetric threats. It's installed aboard the USS Ponce in 2014 for field testing. ANSEQ was deployed to the Persian Gulf with the US Fifth Fleet. The system quickly proved its value, successfully shooting down unmanned aerial vehicles and disabling simulated boat attacks. Now, what makes it a standout is its ability to fire a beam of energy that can be adjusted in intensity. At low power, the laser can dazzle or blind sensors, while at higher settings it can burn through vital components, effectively frying motors, sensors, or even detonating explosives on board. What's really cool is that it operates at a fraction of the cost of traditional missile-based defense systems. Every shot requires only a small amount of electricity, meaning it's not limited by ammunition in the traditional sense. In contrast, projectiles like missiles cost hundreds of thousands per use, and they require extensive storage and maintenance. This makes the ANSEQ laser system economically appealing for handling low-end threats. It can be operated by a single sailor using a control that looks more like something from a video game than traditional military hardware, and while the system can disable or destroy many types of targets, there are clear rules about its use. Under international conventions, this laser system cannot target human beings directly, but it can aim at machinery and weapons systems on boats or aircraft. Number 14. Lockheed Martin Helios. Lockheed Martin's Helios may sound like a weird name, but it's packed with powerful tech. Helios, which stands for High Energy Laser with Integrated Optical Dazzler and Surveillance, is more than just a laser weapon. It's a multifunctional system designed to handle a variety of threats. Now, the primary function of Helios is to intercept aerial threats such as drones, missiles, and even small boats. Unlike traditional projectile-based systems, Helios uses a 60 kilowatt fiber optic laser capable of firing at the speed of light to either melt or overheat targets. This makes it one of the fastest and most precise defense systems available. Interestingly, while marketed as a 60 kilowatt laser, Helios has been shown to operate above that threshold, with plans to scale it up to 120 kilowatts. Helios brings together three key capabilities in a single system: a high-energy laser for direct combat, long-range intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, and a counter-UAS dazzler to obscure enemy drone sensors. This makes it a highly versatile tool for naval defense, increasing the Navy's situational awareness and layered defense. This makes Helios incredibly cost-effective. Each shot requires just a small amount of power, drastically reducing the cost per kill compared to expensive missiles. Number 13. The Zeus H-Lons. The Zeus H-Lons is a pioneering piece of military tech, developed to safely neutralize unexploded ordnance, landmines, and improvised explosive devices. Mounted on a high-mobility multi-purpose wheeled vehicle, it's the first laser weapon ever to be used by the United States military. But what does the name mean, and what does the system actually do? It's designed to neutralize those surface-based explosives by using a solid-state heat capacity laser. The 10 kilowatt laser beam heats the ordnance to the point where its explosive filler ignites and burns, causing a controlled, low-level detonation that minimizes collateral damage. Unlike conventional disposal methods, this one doesn't rely on the type of fuse used in explosives, meaning it can handle a wide variety of ordnance types. Its main advantage is the ability to safely clear supply routes and minefields from a distance, reducing the need for explosive ordnance disposal teams. Its first major deployment was in Afghanistan in 2003 during Operation Enduring Freedom. There, it demonstrated its effectiveness by neutralizing over 200 munitions, including 51 in a single 100-minute period. Following this, in 2005, it was deployed to Iraq, where it became part of the convoy protection efforts. Over its operational history, Zeus has neutralized over 1,600 ordnance items of 40 different types, having a success rate of over 98%. These missions were crucial for safely clearing mines and IEDs, significantly reducing the risk to soldiers and civilians. Before Zeus, EOD teams would have to manually place explosives near munitions to neutralize them. That's a dangerous and time-consuming process. Zeus automated much of that work, making the task faster and safer. At its peak, the system could destroy up to 25 explosives per hour. Number 12. Athena. With the rise of drones as a serious threat in modern combat, military forces worldwide needed a new tool to counter these fast, nimble, and potentially destructive assets. Enter Athena, the Advanced Test High-Energy Asset, a next-generation laser weapon designed specifically to neutralize aerial threats like drones. In an age where even small drones can wreak havoc on multi-million-dollar military equipment, Athena has emerged as a game-changer. It's a 30-kilowatt laser weapon system developed by Lockheed Martin. It utilizes a technology called the Accelerated Laser Demonstration Initiative, which combines the power of 3 separate 10-kilowatt fiber lasers into a single highly concentrated 30-kilowatt beam. This flexibility allows Athena to operate at full power or dial down to lower levels depending on the mission. This weapon is more than just a high-tech concept. It's already been put to the test, proving itself in real-world scenarios. During testing, it successfully destroyed both fixed-wing and rotary-wing drones, proving its versatility. A government command and control system and radar sensor detect and track drones, then hand off the targeting data to airmen controlling the Athena system, which precisely targets and eliminates the drones. In today's combat environments, air bases, missile batteries, and military installations are vulnerable to drone swarms. A single drone armed with an explosive payload can cause catastrophic damage to aircraft and critical systems. For example, a well-placed drone strike could disable an $80 million F-35 Joint Strike Fighter, leaving the airbase compromised. Athena provides critical solutions to this problem by offering a highly effective, low-cost method of neutralizing drones before they can reach valuable assets. Number 11. Dragonfire. Dragonfire is the UK's cutting-edge laser-directed energy weapons system, a high-powered laser weapon designed for defense against modern airborne and missile threats. It was unveiled in 2017 at the Defense and Security Equipment International Conference. Dragonfire represents the future of British military technology. Its laser, capable of incinerating drones and disabling missile systems, lives up to its fierce name by harnessing the raw destructive energy of light to safeguard military assets. Dragonfire uses a process known as beam combing technology. This means multiple laser beams generated by fiber optics are merged to create a single, more powerful beam. The result is a weapon that can target and destroy threats with unparalleled precision and speed. It's equipped with an electro-optical camera and a low-power tracking laser. Dragonfire can lock onto targets at incredible distances. When it engages a target, the laser beam rapidly heats up the surface of the threat, be it a drone, missile, or mortar shell, until it either melts, ignites, or is otherwise neutralized. This makes Dragonfire an ideal defense against a wide variety of threats, especially fast-moving projectiles and drones. Dragonfire is a 50-kilowatt class laser weapon, making it one of the most powerful lasers ever developed for military use. But while its exact range remains classified, it operates as a line-of-sight weapon capable of engaging any visible target, from drones to incoming missile threats. During testing, the system was capable of firing its laser for at least 10 seconds, at a cost of only 10 pounds per shot, making it not only highly effective, but also extremely cost-efficient. Number 10. Odin. Odin, or Optical Dazzling Interdictor Navy, is a cutting-edge laser-based directed energy system designed to counter one of the U.S. Navy's growing threats, unmanned aerial vehicles. Despite its futuristic-sounding name, Odin isn't the kind of laser weapon that incinerates targets like in sci-fi movies. Instead, it emits a focused infrared beam designed to disrupt and incapacitate. This dazzling effect scrambles the drone's optical systems, making it lose its ability to target, navigate, or conduct surveillance, often causing it to crash without any damage to the ship or need for costly munitions. Odin's journey into the U.S. Navy fleet began at the Naval Surface Warfare Center, Dahlgren Division in Virginia, under the development of the Program Executive Office Integrated Warfare Systems. Building on the lessons learned from its predecessor, the Laser Weapons System, which was mounted on the USS Ponce in 2014, Odin took shape quickly. LAWS, a 30-kilowatt laser, provided some key insights, but never fully transitioned to operational use. Odin, however, has made rapid progress, moving from concept to approval to installation on the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer USS Dewey in just 2.5 years. At its core, Odin works by emitting infrared light to interfere with the drone's sensors. The laser doesn't destroy the UAV, instead it scrambles its optics, rendering the drone blind and useless. Unlike traditional point defense weapons which aim to shoot down or destroy incoming threats, Odin offers a lower-cost, non-lethal way to neutralize UAVs. The Navy views Odin as a critical step in its broader strategy for integrating directed energy systems into its fleet. And while Odin is currently optimized for dazzling UAVs, future iterations could combine that capability with more powerful lasers capable of physically destroying enemy targets. The U.S. Navy's budget requests for Odin reflect that vision, initially seeking $299 million in 2019 for shipboard laser systems, and more recently allocating funds for sustaining and expanding Odin's presence across the fleet. Number 9. The Rheinmetall Laser Weapon. Rheinmetall Laser Weapon, developed in collaboration between the German armament manufacturer MBDA Deutschland and Rheinmetall, represents a cutting-edge advancement in military laser tech. Officially known as a high-energy laser weapon system, it's designed to engage aerial and other threats with remarkable precision and minimal collateral. It operates by utilizing multiple laser modules combined through Rheinmetall's beam superimposing tech. This allows it to merge the outputs of two lasers, typically a 30 kilowatt and a 20 kilowatt unit, into a single concentrated beam, effectively creating a powerful 50 kilowatt laser system. The current laser demonstrator has undergone extensive testing, having successfully fired over 100 times aboard the German Navy frigate FGS Sachsen during a 15-month trial period from June 2022 to September 2023. It demonstrated the ability to cut through a 15mm thick steel girder from a distance of approximately 3,200 feet and successfully track and destroy fast-moving targets such as drones and simulated mortar attacks. After its initial success, the German armed forces expressed a need for smaller, more integrated systems, leading to the expectation that further developments will be completed around 2029 or 2030, which isn't too far away. The current operational strength of the laser weapon is rated at 50 kilowatts, which enables it to engage and destroy drones and other targets within a few seconds. However, the development roadmap includes aspirations for a future 100 kilowatt version. Number 8. Iron Beam. Iron Beam is a directed energy air defense system developed by the Israeli defense contractor Rafael Advanced Defense Systems. Unveiled at the Singapore Air Show in February of 2014, Iron Beam is designed to enhance Israel's air defense capability. With an expected operational deployment in 2025, this system represents a significant leap forward in military tech and strategic defense. The system has an effective range of up to 6 miles and can reportedly intercept targets within approximately 4 seconds after detection. The operational mechanism involves directing the laser at a threat for a specific duration, known as the dwell time, during which enough energy is delivered to neutralize the target. As of 2023, Iron Beam's energy output is projected to reach 100 kilowatts or more, enabling the system to focus a beam as narrow as a coin's diameter at considerable distances. The development of Iron Beam aligns with Israel's ongoing efforts to bolster its layered missile defense strategy. It's designed to integrate seamlessly with the existing defense systems, including the Iron Dome, Arrow 2, Arrow 3, and David's Sling. This multi-tiered approach aims to provide comprehensive coverage against various aerial threats. Iron Beam's lineage can be traced back to earlier laser defense projects, such as the tactical high-energy laser initiated in the 1990s. While Thiel faced several challenges and was ultimately canceled, the insights gained from that project significantly influenced the design and expected operational effectiveness of Iron Beam. The primary purpose of it is to act as a last line of defense against short-range threats. The process begins with threat detection by surveillance systems, which then track the incoming projectile, and once identified, the laser weapon is directed at the target, requiring a dwell time to deliver sufficient energy for destruction. Moving on to number 7. Atom. The Area Defense Anti-Munition System, developed by Lockheed Martin, is a high-tech directed energy weapon designed to counter a range of short-range threats, such as improvised rockets, unmanned aerial systems, and even small boats. This defense system lives up to its name by offering a flexible, affordable, and efficient solution. The system first made headlines in 2012 when it successfully destroyed 11 small-caliber rockets in a series of tests. These rockets, tethered to a cable for simulation purposes, were intercepted at a range of about 1.2 miles, showing Atom's ability to neutralize threats in a relatively short-range environment. At the heart of the Atom system is a 10-kilowatt fiber laser designed to deliver enough energy to destroy small, fast-moving targets like rockets and drones within a range of 2 kilometers. It's got a tracking range of more than 3 miles, enabling it to identify and follow threats well before they come within striking distance. One of its key strengths is its ability to operate in cluttered optical environments, meaning it can track and engage targets even when visual conditions are less than ideal. That capability sets it apart from many other laser defense systems. Number 6. Phaser. The Personnel Halting and Stimulation Response Rifle is a prototype non-lethal laser weapon developed by the U.S. Air Force Research Laboratory Directed Energy Directorate. Its primary purpose was to temporarily disorient and blind targets, making it a unique tool for situations where lethal force was neither necessary nor desirable. Phaser's design is very much in line with the idea of futuristic, less lethal weaponry, and its name is highly evocative, calling to mind the phaser weapon from Star Trek, a device that could incapacitate enemies without killing them. Phaser first made headlines in the early 2000s as part of the U.S. military's broader push to develop directed energy weapons. Unlike traditional kinetic or high-energy laser systems designed to destroy targets, Phaser was created to address the very different kind of problem, temporarily incapacitating individuals without causing permanent harm. Phaser's development history is a tale of experimentation in non-lethal warfare, with testing conducted at Kirtland Air Force Base in New Mexico, home to the Air Force's Directed Energy Directorate. This facility was, and still is, the epicenter of U.S. military research into laser technologies, and Phaser was one of the more innovative projects there. However, development of the Phaser came after the 1995 United Nations Protocol on Blinding Laser Weapons, which banned the use of lasers intended to cause permanent blindness. Phaser skirted this prohibition by using low-intensity, 2-wavelength lasers designed to disorient rather than permanently blind. But what sets it apart from the far larger laser systems deployed on Navy battleships or missile defense systems is its specific focus on non-lethality. This ability to dial down, so to speak, the destructive power of laser tech for more sensitive situations made Phaser a unique entry into the U.S. military's inventory. It was intended to provide personnel with a way to halt potential threats, such as rioters or civilians in conflict zones, without resorting to lethal force. Number 5. Tactical High-Energy Laser. Also known as the Nautilus System, the Tactical High-Energy Laser was an ambitious and groundbreaking military project developed to counter airborne threats. Developed as part of a larger defense initiative known as Skyguard, Thiel was designed by Northrop Grumman to provide laser-based area defense. Introduced in the 1990s, Thiel represented a leap forward in military technology by shifting away from traditional kinetic missile defense systems. Rather than using explosives to intercept threats, Thiel employed directed energy in the form of a high-powered chemical laser. Thiel's laser technology, specifically a deuterium fluoride chemical laser, was capable of delivering focused energy onto a target, causing it to explode mid-air before reaching its destination. Its origins can be traced back to 1996 when the US and Israel entered into an agreement to jointly develop this system. The goal was to produce a system that could defend against the growing threat of rocket attacks in the Middle East, particularly the use of Katyusha rockets, which were common in conflicts involving Israel. Thiel's successful demonstrations in 2000 and 2001, in which it intercepted and destroyed 28 Katyusha rockets and 5 artillery shells, underscored the system's potential. The original fixed-location version of the Thiel was enormous, requiring modules that housed the laser, command center, tracking systems, and fuel tanks. In total, the system occupied the equivalent of 6 city buses, making it impractical for mobile deployment. To address that limitation, a mobile version known as the Mobile Tactical High-Energy Laser was developed. The goal of METHL was to reduce the system's size and make it more deployable, eventually shrinking it down to 3 semi-trailers with plans to further downsize it to a single trailer. In addition, the Israeli government, which had been providing substantial financial support for the project, reduced its funding in the early 2000s. By 2005, with the project already exceeding $300 million in costs and facing growing concerns over its practicality on the battlefield, the United States and Israel made the decision to discontinue the program. Number 4. The Boeing YAL-1. The Boeing YAL-1 was one of the most ambitious aerospace defense projects ever undertaken, and its design and purpose were straight out of a science fiction novel. Imagine a Boeing 747-400F, a civilian cargo plane, but retrofitted with a high-power laser system capable of shooting down ballistic missiles. It was developed in the early 2000s, and it was part of a US military effort to explore airborne missile defense using directed energy. YAL-1's story began in the mid-1990s when the US military sought to develop a new type of missile defense system. Instead of relying on traditional missile interceptors, the idea was to use a megawatt-class laser to destroy enemy missiles while they were still gaining altitude. In the boost phase, Boeing was tasked with modifying a 747-400F to serve as the platform for this experimental system. The laser was intended to focus this beam onto the missile's body, heating it to the point of destruction. The concept was pretty compelling. Destroying a missile before it could release multiple warheads or decoys was a potential game-changer in missile defense. In 2004, the U.S. Department of Defense officially designated the aircraft as YAL-1A, and its purpose as a testbed for this directed energy system was made clear. It wasn't just any laser system mounted onto an airplane, it was a flying fortress of advanced tech. The heart of the system was the coil laser, which consisted of 6 large modules, each weighing about 6,500 pounds, and each roughly the size of an SUV. These modules were designed to produce enough energy to fire a laser beam with the power of about a megawatt. For context, a 5-second burst of this laser consumed as much energy as an average American household would use in an hour. By 2010, the YAL-1 had achieved several significant feats. In one test, it intercepted a test target, and later that year, it successfully destroyed 2 test missiles in flight. Its first confirmed successful destruction of a liquid-fueled ballistic missile occurred on February 11, 2010, during a test off the coast of California. However, this system is far from perfect. During the second test on the same day, a solid-fuel missile was successfully engaged but not destroyed due to a beam misalignment problem. While the first engagement required 50% less time to destroy the missile than expected, the system's complexity and sensitivity became evident in later trials. Number 3. The AAQ-24. The AAQ-24 Directional Infrared Countermeasures System is an example of the philosophy that the best defense can be a good offense. This system is known as a DIRCM, or Directional Infrared Countermeasure System, designed to protect both fixed-wing and rotary aircraft. Infrared-guided missiles, often referred to as fire-and-forget weapons, pose a unique danger to military aircraft, as they lock onto heat signatures emitted by engines and can relentlessly track their targets. Now, what sets this laser system apart from other countermeasure systems is its proactive approach. It simply doesn't rely on decoys like flares or chaff. Instead, it actively disrupts the missile's guidance system. It knows where it is because it knows where it isn't. At the heart of this system is a sophisticated laser-based jamming system. Initially, early versions of this system used an arc lamp to generate the jamming signal, but more recent iterations, such as those used in the Guardian system for commercial aircraft, utilize diode-based laser pumping systems. If a missile is determined to be targeting an aircraft, the AAQ-24 springs into action by focusing a high-powered laser beam directly onto the missile's infrared seeker. These lasers confuse the missile's guidance system, causing it to lose track of its targets and veer off course. In fact, the system has been proven against 35 missiles during fully autonomous live-fire exercises, cementing its reputation as one of the most reliable defense systems. It's currently deployed on various military platforms, including the C-17 Globemaster III, MC-130, CV-22 Osprey, and CH-53E Super Stallion. Number 2. The Laser-Induced Plasma Channel. The laser-induced plasma channel is a pioneering example of military tech that sought to channel the raw, destructive power of lightning and transform it into a precise man-made weapon. Developed by the U.S. Army and successfully tested in 2012, LIPSI promised to combine the energy of lightning with the precision of a laser. The technology, often compared to a lightning bolt gun, harnessed lasers that created plasma channels that could guide high-voltage electrical energy to a specific target. At its core, the laser-induced plasma channel operates by using a powerful laser to ionize air molecules, thereby creating a conductive pathway through the air. This plasma channel is remarkably similar to the path lightning takes as it strikes the ground, and in essence, it works by creating an artificial version of that phenomenon. The resemblance between LIPSI's discharge and natural lightning is striking. In a thunderstorm, lightning seeks the path of least resistance, moving through the atmosphere towards the ground. Similarly, the LIPSI's laser-guided plasma channel creates a controlled path for electricity to follow from a high-voltage source to a target. By concentrating energy on this path, the LIPSI can deliver a powerful electrical strike directly to the chosen object. The result is a flash of energy that behaves like a lightning bolt, though highly controlled and directed. Despite the success of the initial tests, LIPSI never saw a widespread adoption, and its development has since remained relatively quiet. One of the major hurdles facing this technology is the sheer scale of the hardware required. LIPSI depends on a laser capable of firing ultra-short, high-energy pulses and a powerful voltage source to supply the electrical energy. This combination of equipment is not easily portable, and it requires significant power, making it less practical for use in fast-moving, often unpredictable environments of modern combat. Number 1. The Valkyrie. The Valkyrie is a cutting-edge laser defense system developed under the U.S. Army's Indirect Fire Protection Capability High-Energy Laser Program. First announced in 2022, this high-energy laser system represents the next evolution of battlefield defense tech. Valkyrie's development is part of a growing focus on directed energy weapons to counter modern threats like drones, cruise missiles, and other airborne munitions. At the heart of its power is a staggering 300 kilowatt laser, making it the most powerful laser system in the DoD. To put this into perspective, the Stryker-mounted Guardian laser system, capable of taking out rockets and drones, maxes out at 50 kilowatts, and the Navy's Helios system operates around 60 kilowatts. With such a dramatic rise in power, Valkyrie is specifically designed to defend against more formidable threats like cruise missiles, which present a critical challenge to modern forces. Valkyrie will be deployed in key defensive roles, protecting U.S. troops from a variety of threats. This makes it the first U.S. laser system with real potential to defend against fast-moving, long-range missile threats. Another significant advantage is its near-unlimited ammunition, since it relies on energy rather than physical munitions. Lockheed Martin has built the system around a scalable architecture, drawing on their previous work in the High-Energy Laser Scaling Initiative, which initially delivered a 300 kilowatt system in 2022. The goal is to scale the technology even further to a 500 kilowatt system in the future, potentially increasing its defensive capability even more. In August of 2023, U.S. Army testing revealed the effectiveness of 10 kilowatt laser systems in regions like the U.S. Central Command and U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, showing promise for their operational utility. However, Valkyrie's 300 kilowatt power level is a game changer in terms of scale and capability. Despite the tactical advantages of mobile laser systems like Valkyrie, they do face challenges. Maintaining such high-tech systems in remote and austere environments has proven difficult, according to Army officials. These maintenance concerns will need to be addressed for widespread adoption, but the sheer potential of Valkyrie to protect troops against modern aerial threats cannot be overstated. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Thank you to our channel members.